Hey guys, we have a great honor today of meeting with family members of the hostages. Now, October 7th occurred, and everybody's heard the atrocious situation, but actually meeting the family of those that have gone through such atrocious things. Today we have Moshe. Moshe, thanks for being here and joining us. My heart just goes out to you and all that you're going through with family members. Can you tell us who of your family is in captivity right now?
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm here on behalf of my brother-in-law, Miran, who was taken hostage on October 7, kidnapped from his home in front of my sister, Lisha, his wife, and their two baby daughters, Ronnie and Alma. He's a 46 years old man, gardener and a shiatsu therapist, lover of nature, lover of humanity. Would heal people in his clinic and would heal plants during the day in the kibbutz Nachaloz. Loves sports, loves literature, very spiritual. Is exactly the person you want to have a drink with.
Wow.
And sadly, he's taken from us.
You know, it's so powerful how you're making it personal, because I think that's the biggest challenge we have. We have for people to understand the personal dynamic. These are people; these are innocent civilians that have been taken hostage, and just the evil, the demonic power is coming in and wreck these civilians. Like how atrocious it is, and for you to make that personal view. What would you say? You've talked to so many people. What would you say is the best way for us to keep this at the center of our hearts? That people, the free world has to engage in understanding the real situation. How would you say is the best way for those that are listening? How do we keep this personal? Like, what is your suggestion on people that are engaging? They understand, but maybe they don't know a name. Maybe they need to personalize it. What is your suggestion on personalizing?
I think that's exactly what we need to do, is to put the story to faces, to put the story to the term hostage. And for people to do that, they can engage with us, the families. There is an organization, a grassroots organization, the family set up by the families for the families, called the Hostages and Missing Families Forum. If you enter our website or simply write "Bring Them Home" on Google or Bing, whatever search engine you use, you can enter the website, see what the organization is doing in your region. There are 90 chapters worldwide, many in the US. For the US-based listeners, you can learn about the hostages themselves in that website. You can learn how you can be engaged online, on the streets, how you can reach out to your elected officials and share with them the story of people like Omri, who, as you said, many of them were simply taken on a Saturday morning on a holiday in Israel, from their home, held captive, abused in their own home, saw their kibbutz or town, such as my hometown store, being ravaged for hours, and are held by a terrorist organization right now. And we need those people, the ordinary people, to keep speaking up, because they are helping us to be a voice when we meet public officials. When I meet officials in Israel, the war cabinet, after the prime minister, when my family meet them, when we meet public officials here in the US, which is an important stakeholders in negotiations, whether we like it or not, the US has a lot of power and US elected officials have a lot of power.
That's
but we need the ordinary people to speak for us.
On that note of speaking up, what can you give people, like, what do I do? I'm just a person. You know, like this is a grassroots movement that we're talking about, engaging individuals. It's not huge agencies. You know, you're speaking to those agencies, but what about the person who's just a person that doesn't have a huge following, but what's the best thing for them to do?
I think it's not about following. It's about the communities you belong to.
Yeah.
Every person has a community. Many work somewhere so they can speak to their colleagues at the workplace. Many go to a synagogue, a church, a mosque, wherever they go to pray, they can go and share it with their community. Because this is a humanitarian issue, it's a multi-faith issue. People of 5 different faiths were kidnapped that day. Jews, Christians, Muslims, Hindu, Buddhists. This is an international crisis. People of different nationalities were kidnapped that day. So you can do that. You speak to your communities, and you can go, for example, to oneminuteaday.com and reach to your elected official. We already set it up for you. You don't need to do the hard work of knowing how to reach their office. You can go to that website, 1 minute a day, and directly contact your elected official, their office, and share the message. I heard today about Omri Miran, a 46-year-old man who was kidnapped from kibbutz Nachaloz. I want you to do everything you can, use every power you can to bring him home.
You know, it's hard to bring this up because it hurts so badly, and I'm sure to you it hurts so badly as well. But what do you say to the misinformation when the public has demonized you and your brother-in-law to the point that they're not sure who's the bad guy? They're not sure if you're the bad guy and your brother-in-law is the bad guy, or is it a Hamas? The world is so confused. What do you say to the misinformation? How do we combat this? I mean, just seeing your face, it almost brings you to tears. Like, how could this be misunderstood? What do you say to that?
There is an ongoing struggle, especially on social media, but also on the streets, of disinformation, of dehumanization of Israel, of Israelis, of all the victims of October 7. Many of them are not Israelis or Jews. And how I act when I see that, I act with hope, with my compassion, with being clear that I'm doing all I can to bring my family members home, and that I don't care about trolling or about harassment going on online. What I care about is that you understand that this is a humanitarian issue. We have to come with a message of hope, and we have to put the distractions of hateful people aside. But I need the ordinary people to come and help me to counter those hateful people online or on the streets. That's what the ordinary person can do. They can come and protect us. We need that shield so that I can focus on what matters, and is to advocate for my brother-in-law and all the hostages to come home.
This whole thing just woke up a wave of anti-Semitism that was dormant, that so many people don't realize that the Jewish people are being ravaged by this, but the ordinary person, as you mentioned, could stand up and hold back that wave. It's just like a tidal wave, but we, the non-Jewish world, that are of the free world, that want to stand up to hope and freedom. As you said, we've got to maintain this hope. We can stand up, and just by standing up, we can hold back that wave that's trying to just crush you. We're praying that Omi will be released soon. May we hear soon good news soon. Do you have any closing words here, just to tell the listeners of you already mentioned what they can do, so we've already covered that. We've talked about some things, but what was the last word that you would just mention to the audience regarding your situation here?
I think what matters now, 5 months later, after October 7, don't come only with stories, don't come only, I feel you. We need you with us in an effective way. There are so many ways to help us. I laid out some. You can reach out to family members online. You can reach me on X. You can reach me on Instagram. If you want to learn more, I answer everyone, even though I'm still have to live my life, still have to earn money and work because all my family is displaced. I'm the only person who's currently working for my entire family. But I will answer every single one of you who want to understand how you can help.
Thank you, Moshe, for what you're doing. I can't imagine the weight on your shoulders to feel like it's on you to tell the world in order to get your brother-in-law out. Like, it's such a weight. But guys, we have to lift this weight. We have to carry this together. We can't just let Moshe carry this. And for all the people of Israel have come together. They are one nation. The divisions that were before are no longer. They're together. And we as the nations that support Israel, we need to join that unity that's in Israel. And we can join Moshe, we can join his family in helping to carry this burden. And Lord willing, let's continue to pray and do, as you said, not just pray, but do together with our prayers. Action. We need to see action quickly, and may we see the release of Omri and all the hostages together very soon. Moshe, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.